प्रतिष्ठितम् आविराविर्महेदि वेदस्य महानीस्तः श्रुतं मे मा प्रभासि अनेनाधीतेनाहोरात्रान् सन्ददामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मावतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारमवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः विश्वं पश्यति कार्यकारणतया स्वस्वामि सम्बन्धतः शिष्याचार्यतया तथैव पितृपुत्राद्यात्मना भेदतः स्वप्ने जाग्रति वाय एष पुरुषो माया परिभ्रामितः तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदम् श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यम् केशवं बादरायणम् सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः।
भाष्य तथापि परम तथापि तथापि अन्योन्यस्मिन् अन्योन्यात्मकताम् अन्योन्यधर्मांश्चाध्यस्य इतरेतरा विवेकेन अत्यंत विविक्तयोः धर्मधर्मिणोः मिथ्या ज्ञान निमित्तः सत्यानृते मिथुनीकृत्य अहमिदं ममेदमिति नैसर्गिकोऽयं लोकव्यवहारः। आत्मा and anatma cannot have any adhyasa in between them. Why? Reason is adhyasa samagri abhavat. There being absence of samagri, materials, in the sense the essentials that are necessary to effect any adhyasa, superimposition. Why samagris are not there? See, at least one of the three must be there to have the adhyasa. What is that? The samskaras of knowledge of identity between the two, which is not there. Then similarity, sadrishya at least must be there. Sadrishya, similarity between these two also is not there. Thirdly, at least ajnana must be there. But atma is asangaha. In asanga atma there cannot be any ajnana. So therefore none of the any of the material by which adhyasa can be effected is not there. Therefore adhyasa is, come on, possible, not possible, or not proper. What is that? Improper. Word used is improper. You can't say impossible because it is going to be proved that it is verily experienced. Improper. So therefore it says mithya iti bhavitum yuktam. Na mithya iti bhavitum. Mithya means what? Na asti iti bhavitum yuktam means it is proper that it is not there. So this is yadyapi, though, although adhyasa is not proper, the bhashya, parihara bhashya gives the answer tathapi, even then, yet, or nevertheless. This is even then what? Ahamidam, see short anvaya, we have seen the anvaya of this. The short anvaya is tathapi ahamidam mamedam iti ayam loka vyavaharaha. Naisargika will say afterwards. So that is that. So ahamidam mamedam iti ayam loka vyavaharaha. Or it can be simply tathapi ayam loka vyavaharaha. So what is loka vyavahara? That is, we have already seen. What is that? That is loka. There are two words in that. Loka and vyavahara. What is loka? According as far as we know, we say people. That is fine. Another, come on, another meaning for loka that you know? Heavens, etc. You know how the word comes? Lokyate, anubhuyate, iti lokaha. That which is experienced, that which is perceived, that is what is called lokaha. Same derivation. What is that? Lokyate, anubhuyate, iti lokaha. But what is anubhuyate? So that has to be supplemented there. Take Ratnaprabha, 9th page, 9th line, last word, lokyate. Ratnaprabha, this 9th page, 9th line, lokyate, last word. Lokyate, what is experienced? Manushyaha aham iti abhimanyate. Abhimanyate, considers, believes, thinks or imagines. What? Manushyaha aham. Who am I? I am a man. So, what's that? It believes or experiences. Iti loka, that arthadhyasa will say afterwards. Then, what is vyavaharaha? Now here we can see one. Vyavahara means misconception also. Vyavahara can be activities, it can be misconception, supposition, belief, knowledge. So this also means vyavahara. Vyavahara here it is misconception or supposition, belief or knowledge. So therefore, this is that is what the misconception. What is the misconception? I am the man. I am man. Iti loka vyavahara. How is it? Aham idam. Me is this. What is aham idam? Aham, me is from bhashya aham idam. Aham, me is what? Idam. What is that idam? Sharira adi. For this, for a change, we will go to Bhamati. Okay? Bhamati, say line 4. Ahamidam. What is that? Shariradi iti. So, Shariradi. I am this. Now, this here, he says, idamiti cha vastutaha na pratititaha. Ahamiti, idamiti, vastutaha means as a thing and not in terms of a concept, not in terms of understanding or taking it to be so, but in terms of thinking. So, in terms of thinking. No, not in terms of thinking, in terms of a thing, vastu, a concrete thing, that body, etc. is me, na pratitaha. Now here, see, we have to see, sometimes different tikakaras explain differently, but they highlight different aspects of the one and the same thing. So here, so there he said, lokaha, that is here, where iti lokaha, and tad vishayaha vyavaharaha, loka vyavahara. Lokaha, who Ratnaprabha takes, and loka vishayaha vyavahara. Now here he says, lokanam vyavaharaha. he straight away takes. He doesn't take loka as I am man, etc. Lokanam, of people, vyavahara, this is the belief, this is the misconception. What is the misconception? Aham idam shariram, I am this body, etc. Iti. Again, mama idam. Then what is that iti? It says, iti shabda suchitaha cha shariradi anukulam pratikulam cha prameyajatam pramaya pramanena tadupadana parivarjanadihi. It is simple. No, don't get flabbergasted by song. It's simple. Iti shabda suchitascha. What is suggested by word iti? Which word iti? Aham idam mamedam. That iti is there, no? That iti has to be connected to aham idam iti mama idam iti. To both phrases it has to be connected. So therefore aham idam iti, what is the meaning of that iti cha? Iti shabda suchitascha shariradi anukulam pratikulam prameyajatam pramaya pramanena. By pramana, by valid means of knowledge, pramaya, having known, what is known, whatever anukula, favorable, whatever pratikula, unfavorable. So what is that? For whom? Shariradi, for body, mind, etc. Whatever that is favorable, conducive, whatever that is unfavorable, unconducive, pramaya, having known. How could you know that? Pramanena, by appropriate jnana sadhana, by appropriate means of knowledge. Then tadupadana parivarjanadihi. Something which is anukula is there, what would you like to do? We would like to have it. Something pratikula, unfavorable, there we would like to get rid of it. All those taking to those efforts. So tadupadana, acquiring, so that is anukula. Parivarjana, getting rid of that which is pratikula. So therefore that is what is said there. So that is ahamidam mamedam iti. Ahamidam, mamedam will come afterwards. He says mamedam iti. Actually he takes in terms of anyonya dharma, anyonyatmakatam, anyonya dharma. So we'll see that, will come one by one. So that is that. So here one thing, when bhashya we are taking, we will not go with the literally order of the words. We have to take in terms of the topics. So what is the connection now? Though adhyasa is not possible, it is verily experience. So that is ayam ahamidam mamedam iti ayam loka vyavahara. How it has taken place will be explained in the earlier remaining phrases. So that you should know the style of studying bhashyas. And tikas also explain that. At times what happens, bhashya is clear, but tika, you have to scratch your head to know the tika. Certain places it becomes superfluous, especially it depends on the context. The tikakara has written the tika to the students' audience that was in front of him. Today entirely different audience is there. Those days Purvapakshis will be different. Today mainly Purvapaksha nowadays science, so that's all. Others no one is there, they are only for namesake only. The main Purvapaksha is science, and they are not bothered because they are so rigid in their views as such, they don't accept or they don't care to inquire into anything as such. Straight away dismiss. This was not the attitude in the olden days. They used to consider and they say this is wrong this way, at least according to that. So they used to inquire into that. But scientists have no time to inquire into because they think that what is discovered is correct. Anyway, so therefore, say ahamidam mama idam iti. So what is that mama idam? This body is mine. Then take line 7 of Bhamati. Jara marana putra pashu swamyaditi. Jara marana, this is my old age. So that's what. Marana, death. Putra, progeny. Pashu, cattle wealth, etc. Swami, this is my master. This is my servant. Adi, this is my servant. Iti vyavaharaha is vyapadeshaha. So he gives the meaning of Vyavahara as, do you know what is that? Vyapadesha, name, title. This is what they say. So this is what they say. So this is Ahamidam Mamedam iti Vyavahara. So now take this Ratna Prabha, which I have shown you. Lokyate Manushaha Ahamiti Manyate iti Lokaha. See, this word Loka is, he says, Arthadhyasa. Now you are hearing till now the word only Adhyasa. Okay. Now be ready for galores of Adhyasa. so many Adhyasa. Don't get frightened. All that you have to do is, you know, Adhyasa means supermuism. Of course, we have not yet defined etc. Yet everything has to come. But superimposition or error and erroneous ascertainment, Brahma, delusion, this much you know Adhyasa. Keep the word Adhyasa intact, and whatever that word precedes that, Adhyasa of that, that's all. You do. Now Dharmadhyasa, Adhyasa of Dharma. Arthadhyasa, Artha means a thing, Padartha. The Adhyasa of Pada. Jnanadhyasa, Adhyasa of Jnana. Tadatmyadhyasa, Adhyasa in terms of identity. Samsargadhyasa, Adhyasa through connection, that relation. So that nothing but great is there. So you should get rid of your fright first. Otherwise Brahma Sutra, see, you'll understand. Oh, Brahma Sutra is so easy. Yes, certainly you are bound to say afterward. We thought that it was so difficult, but it is very easy. Yes, when you study, you will understand. then you will understand. So that is that. So therefore, now comes the Arthadhyasa. What is that Arthadhyasa? When a thing is entirely mistaken as another thing, that is Arthasya, Padarthasya, Vastunaha, Adhyasaha. For example, let us keep this stock example, Shukti Rajata. In the Shukti shell, what is seen is Shukti, the Rajata, silver. Now, the entire shell is mistaken as what? Silver. So this is what is called as Arthadhyasa. Rajju Sarpa. The entire Rajju is mistaken as a Sarpa. So that is what is Arthadhyasa. Now he says, Aham Manushaha Aham. I am a man. This embodiment as a man entirely taken as for what? I. So it is Arthadhyasa. Now what is it that Jnanadhyasa? He says that Vyavahara is Jnanadhyasa. Before that we will see what is Jnanadhyasa. You know, the shell has been mistaken as what? Silver. This is what? Arthadhyasa. How exactly it happened? You saw something glittering, is it not? And you said this is silver. Actually, what should have happened? See, this is silver is experienced by you and presented to you through what? A antakarana vritti corresponding to silver. How etc. will be discussed afterward. But actually, in your mind, what is registered is an antakarana vritti corresponding to silver. Actually, what should it have been? Shell. It should have been shell akara vritti. It would have been what? Shukti akara vritti. But because of some reason, what took place? Rajata akara vritti, silver akara antakarana vritti took place. So therefore, what has happened? On actual, the bona fide vritti, which should have been the shell akara vritti, what got superimposed? Silver akara vritti got superimposed. This is jnana se adhyasa. This jnana is not yathartha jnana. It is not the prama. It is not knowledge actually. But that antakarana vritti, whichever antakarana vritti removes the ignorance and gives you the knowledge. So therefore, this silver akara vritti is jnanadhyasa on your antakarna, wherein actually what should have taken place? Shuptyakara, shellakara vritti. This is what is called jnanadhyasa. So now you can find out the relation. It is the erroneous jnanadhyasa gives rise to arthadhyasa. If in your antakarna this is silver vritti was not born, you can't take this as silver. So that being the case, so therefore arthadhyasa, in connection with the arthadhyasa, whatever the wrong vritti that has given cropped up in the antakarna in the place of right vritti, it is superimposition on the right vritti. It is called as what? Jnanadhyasa. So now you say tad vishayaha means loka vishayaha only. Loka vishayaha only. So what is it? Say that abhimana vyavahara. What is the meaning of vyavahara? Abhimana. Abhimana means, as we have seen, misconception, supposition, or belief, or knowledge, or opinion. It can be opinion also. Vyavahara iti jnanadhyasaha darshitaha. Jnanadhyasaha darshitaha. So Nyaya Nirnaya draws a distinction between the arthadhyasa and jnanadhyasa in terms of what is predominant in each of the adhyasa. So you can take Nyaya Nirnaya there only. Fifth line, Nyaya Nirnaya, the bottommost para. Nyaya. Fifth line, lokyate means manushyaha ahamiti jnayate. What is predominant here? Manushya. Me is who? Manushya. That is what is called as pradhana, mukhya. Jnayate iti jnanopasarjanaha arthadhyasa. Here what has happened? I am the man, this body is taken as a body which is taken as a man as I, so therefore jnana, that cognition is secondary. What is pradhana here? Upasarjana means gauna, secondary. So upasarjana is secondary. Adhyasa means, so that is jnanopasarjanaha. Jnana is upasarjana means gauna. Gauna means secondary. That what is mukhya, pradhana? Manushya. So therefore, this is what is arthadhyasa. Now you say about this loka only, loka vishaya continuing. Vyavaharaha means abhimana, misconception. Iti artha upasarjanaha. In that vritti, it is related to what? The thing. So therefore, thing is secondary, whereas what is mukhya is jnana. So therefore, arthopasarjanaha jnanadhyasascha uktaha. This is what is said. Some discussion. But only you keep in mind only this much. What is that? In arthadhyasa, the one thing is mistaken totally as something else. Jnanadhyasa, that same antakarna vritti which gives the misconception is superimposed on actually the vritti that should have been there if it was a correct perception. So that is what is. Now, this is two adhyasas we have got now, wherein ahamidam, mamedam, iti. So there is that. One is arthadhyasa, other is jnanadhyasa. They are related, huh? Jnanadhyasa has to give rise to arthadhyasa. Arthadhyasa has to give rise to jnanadhyasa. But at different level, the superimposition is viewed. Without jnanadhyasa, arthadhyasa is not possible. But keep in mind the word jnana. That jnana is erroneous knowledge. Bhranti jnana. It is a mistaken jnana and not true knowledge. Now this gives rise to now the lakshana of adhyasa. What are the characteristic features of adhyasa? So that is loka vyavahara, which gives rise to two types of adhyasa. How do you characterize them? What are the features of them? That is explained in the phrase. Take the tika only. Says Vividhadhyasa swarupa lakshanam aha. Vividha adhyasayoho, of two types of adhyasa. Swarupa lakshanam. What is Swarupa lakshanam? The peculiar characteristics, the characteristic feature of the both types of adhyasa. What are the both types of adhyasa? Arthadhyasa, jnanadhyasa is there. Where अन्योन्यस्मिन् इत्यादिना धर्म धर्मिणोः इति अंतेन. Bhashya, you take that after tathapi. Anyonyasmin, anyonyatmakatam, अन्योन्य धर्मांश्च अध्यस्य इतरेतर अविवेकेन अत्यंत विविक्तयोः धर्म धर्मिणोः. This phrase gives the characteristic feature of loka, that is arthadhyasa, and vyavahara, that is jnanadhyasa. How? Let us see now. Before that, we can take like this way. We had seen the Anvaya also. Atyanta viviktayoho. Atyanta viviktayoho means those which are totally different, wide apart, totally different, totally different. So what is the Atyanta viviktayoho? Take the Bhamati, line 12. Line 12 or last but 4. Boldly written, Atyanta viviktayoho in the middle, boldly. So what is it? See, Atyanta viviktayoho, that which are totally different. He says, Paramarthataha dharminoho atadatmyam viveka. See, total difference between dharmis and dharmas. Come on, what is dharmi? Yes, Atma, but in general. The thing which has got characteristic features, those who have got guna dharmas, those who have got the properties, things, characteristic feature, that is dharmi. That and dharma is characteristic feature. So here dharmis are Atma and Anatma. Atma and Anatma. So therefore, dharminoho, what are those? The Atma, Anatma, paramarthataha atadatmyam. Paramarthata means in reality, no tadatmya, no identity is ever possible. Means between Atma and Anatma. You take Bhamati, last but 4 lines. Paramarthataha. When I said last, don't go to Nyaya Nirnaya. You should know this. See, Ratna Prabha, one passage. First is what? Bhashya. At times Bhashya or may not be there. But it is there. Title is there. Bhashya Ratna Prabha. That is one paragraph. Then Bhamati, second paragraph. Then Nyaya Nirnaya, third paragraph. So I pointed out Bhamati means middle paragraph, either line 12 from the top of Bhamati. If you want to be earlier, so from the bottom of what? Bhamati, line 4. Last but 4 I said. Last, that but 4 you should know. Like last but 1, how you say? So last but 4. So that in the case. And there he says, Dharminoho paramarthataha tadatmyam. Atadatmyam, not tadatmyam. Atadatmyam. There cannot be any real identity between Atma and Anatma. This is Viveka, distinction between what? Atma, Dharmis, Atma and Anatma. What is the distinction between Dharmas? Dharmanam cha asankirnata vivekaha. Dharmas. Atma's dharma is what? Chaitanya, Ananda, Swarupa. Anatma's dharma is what? Jada, Dukkha, asankirnata, no mixture. They cannot get mixed at all. Means dharmas of one cannot be the dharmas of other. Sankirna means mixing. No, asankirnata means no mixture ever possible. This is what it atyanta viviktayoho dharma dharminoho. Before that, so here, who Ratna Prabha continuing, huh? So there. So what in the beginning it will be a little difficult, but you will be past masters in that. But as you proceed further, see, everything is possible by abhyasa. What is abhyasa? Repetition. Study what? Study. You know, our language, hey, abhyas karo. What abhyas karo? Study. So repetition. Everything is by repetition. Everything from walking, talking, eating, as a child we did by what? Abhyasa only. So that's because you are totally aligned to this. Now you will be able to, it is not difficult at all. See, without this also I can teach and go. But you will have something concrete in your this thing. All notes you can't take as so you can then notes only you can build on that. You can just make a note of it, and because it's already taught, revision is required. So it will be you will be able to grasp whatever that is taught here. Why notes have to be taken? Because if by revising you will be able to have, actually the mind has got the association, you know, it gets associated with what, as if you know you are actually listening what is taught as such. Otherwise, if you simply listen, everything is clear. By the time you get up, where it is here only. Next time, clean slate to clean slate to receive further things and then get rid of it. So it doesn't matter. That's why this is necessary. Why you see, I have studied, and after many years it is Latin and Greek now. I have to revise. Without revision it is not possible. If you just often just any page I remove, sir, I have to scratch the head because I have to see the context and how it is, etc. So because the subject is like that. So once you understand and you know how to yourself read it, then no problem. So that's therefore say that dharma, in the Bhamati we have seen what is dharma, dharmi and what is dharma. So here he gives Jadya Chaitanyadi Dharmanam Dharminau Ahankaratmanau. Says first he says dharma. What are those? Jadya, Jadatva, inertness. Chaitanya, sentiency. Adi, for dukkha and sukha, etc. Dharmana says ahankarat, you take the anvaya. Ahankaratmanau dharmino. Jadya Chaitanyadi Dharmana, of the dharmas, guna dharmas, attributes of inert and Chaitanya, etc. He says these two, what are the dharmis? Ahankara, Atmanau, then comes Dharminaha Kramena. In order. Jadya has got, Jadya is dharma or dharmi? Dharma. It's dharmi, the locus, the thing is what? Ahankara. Ahankara stands for anatma. Ahankara stands here for entire anatma. So ahankara. Then Chaitanya, this is dharma. Its dharmi is what? Chaitanya is dharma. Its dharmi is what? Atma. You see? So therefore, tayoho, of these atyanta bhinnayoho, which are totally different. That bhinnatva we already said, seen as such, the viviktayoho. So atyanta viviktayoho is given as atyanta bhinnayoho. Bhedagrahane abhedagrahanena. Itaretara, no, not abheda. Itaretara bhedagrahena. Itaretara bheda means the mutual distinction between that. That bheda distinction, agrahena, not knowing. So the bheda agrahana, agrahanena. Agrahena means not knowing. So then what happened? Anyonyasmin. Anyonyasmin is what? In the case of Atma, Anatma. In the case of Anatma, Atma, this mutual superimposition. Anyonyasmin. Anyonya dharmascha. The reciprocal Anyon dharmascha, the mutual attributes. How? Vyatyasena adhyasya. Vyatyasena means reciprocally. What is reciprocally? Attributes of Atma on Anatma, attributes of Anatma on Atma. So this is reciprocally. This is adhyasya loka vyavaharaha iti yojana. Means atyanta viviktayoho dharma dharminoho se itaretara vivekena anyonyasmin anyonya dharmascha adhyascha loka vyavahara. This is how you have to connect. Now a doubt is there. What is the doubt? That taking Atma as Anatma, Anatma as Atma, means taking one thing for other which are different, totally different. So that is what is Adhyasa. To highlight the importance of Atyanta Bhinna. See, simply Bhinna not told. Not different. Totally different. Why that Atyanta word is brought? Let us understand first before going to Tika. You know this example, famous example, Soyam Devadattaha. Let us say, you and your friend happen to go to Varanasi and you had the habit of chewing the pan. So, and you went to a pan bidi shop which belonged to Mr. Devadatta. Mr. Devadatta. And you are there, how many years? 15 years back, huh? Not recently. 15 years back you had been there, and you were there for 15 days. Every day you used to go there and you became chummy with that Mr. Devadatta. So that is, he was a nice person. Now, after 15 years, one day you are going for a walk. The other friend who was with you at Varanasi was talking to a gentleman suited, booted, with a posh car by his side. And your friend said, hey, do you know this person? From top to toe you saw him, but you could not make it. Arey, you don't know that Mr. Devadatta, which Varanasi, that Mr. Devadatta. Do you know who is now today? He is here. He came to Bombay, developed the construction business, and is a big builder. he is a big builder now. He is a big builder. So now, Saha, which one? 15 years back, not Bombay, Varanasi. Ayam, after 15 years, this Bombay, one and the same or different? They are different, is it not? So therefore, so that Devadatta is different and this Devadatta is different. But this is not Atyanta Bheda, this is Kalpita Bheda. Imagined distinction. Do you know why? Entity is who? One. That person is the same person. So it is not. If it was Somadatta and this was this was Devadatta, or he was Yajnadatta. See, they were fond of those days. Yajnadatta, Somadatta, Vishnu Sharma, like that. They were very fond of such things. So if he was Somadatta and this is Devadatta, that is fine. No, person is one there. So therefore, this is not Soyam Devadatta is not Adhyasa because there is no Atyanta Bheda. Whereas Atma Anatma there is Atyanta Bheda and therefore Adhyasa. Same thing he says. Ataha, continuing Riktika. Ataha Saha Ayam iti. Saha Ayam Devadatta iti. Pramayaha na Adhyasatvam. This is not Adhyasa. This is that Devadatta is not superimposition or Brahma. It is valid knowledge. na adhyasatvam. Why? He says, tadidam arthayoho. The meaning of tad. Tad stands for saha. Idam stands for ayam. Of this meaning, do bheda is there. What type of bheda? Kala bhedena kalpita bhede api. Though that and this are one and the same? No. Saha, ayam are different. But this bheda is kala bhed. On account of time difference, it is a apparent, only a false distinction, not real distinction. Kalpita bhede api atyanta bheda bhava. There is no atyanta bheda, total distinction is not it. So therefore, for adhyasa what is required? What bheda is required? Atyanta. Total distinction is required. Atyanta bheda bhava iti vaktum atyanta iti uktam. You know what is Tikakara says? He gives the why reason why atyanta vivikta yoho. Total distinction is used by who? Bhashyakara. Otherwise what will happen? Soyam devadattaha, that will become a Brahma and not knowledge, iti uktam. Now the other doubt is like this. See the Bhashya, see, as I teach, you should be able to locate the relevant portion from the Bhashya. So anyonyasmin anyonya atmakatam. Atmakata means swarupa or tadatmya, superimposing the identity of one on the other. Then it is said, next word is anyonya atmakatam adhyasya anyonya dharmasya adhyasya. Having superimposed the nature of one on the other, having superimposed the identity of one with the other, and having superimposed the attributes. The question is, sir, when the dharmi means the things are superimposed one on another, is it not automatically their attributes get superimposed? Yes. See, anyonya atmakatam, anyonyasmin means anyonya dharmini, anyonya dharma, dharmis, anyonya are mutually they are superimposed. When a thing is mistaken for the other, is it not automatically what happens? The attributes of one gets attributed to the other. Why do you say anyonya dharmascha separately? I hope you caught it. Separate, you see, because anyonyasmin anyonya atmakata means when a given thing is superimposed on other, automatically the attributes are superimposed mutually. Why anyonya dharmascha is separately told? Bhashyakara didn't know. He has got a point. Do you know what is that? Is there a rule that a given thing should be superimposed on the other, then only the attributes of one gets superimposed on the other? No, there is no rule. Without a given thing being superimposed on other, the attributes of one thing can get attributed on the other. I will explain with example. Here also is given example. But you see, what is that? See, look, take a crystal and a red flower. Both are in touch with each other. Crystal appears red, but does the crystal appear as red flower? No. Flower has, the dharmi flower is not superimposed on crystal, nor the crystal has got superimposed on the this, but what has happened? The dharma, the attribute, redness of flower has got superimposed on what? Crystal. Fine. He gives examples. A person who is blind, he says, I am blind. Blindness is dharma of what? Eyes. But is it that he first takes I chakshu? This I will be different. I am EYEI. I am chakshu. Does it take that way? No. Means Dharmi without being superimposed, the superimposition of dharma attribute also is possible. So Bhashyakara doesn't want to take risk. He wants to make it complete. Anyonya dharma, without the superimposition of dharma, dharmi, attributes also are superimposed. Now the tika will be clear. Continuing. Nacha dharmi tadatmyadhyase. Dharmadhyas siddha. Nacha. See, whenever this na comes, no, keep it separately, reserved. Reserved separately. And when the verb comes, no, bring that na there. So now we say, dharmi tadatmyadhyase. When dharmis means actual things have got superimposed on each other, dharmadhyasa siddhehi. What is accomplished? Adhyasa of dharma. Means, see, when the things are mutually superimposed, their attributes automatically get superimposed, and therefore dharmanscha, see, dharmanscha, anyonya dharmanscha in the bhasya, that's why it's put in the inverted comma. Iti means this phrase, anyonya dharmanscha adhyasya iti, vyartham iti, bring nachavacham. Don't say nachavacham. Don't say that way. Because when the things are superimposed, their attributes are automatically superimposed. Therefore, bhashya, anyo separately, anyonya dharmasya adhyasya is useless, is futile. Don't say so. Why? He says, he gives the other example we have seen. Andhatvadinam indriya dharmanam. The attributes of indriyas, eyes, andhatva, deafness, etc. These are the features of what? The jnanendriyas. Dharmyadhyasa sputotve, dharmyadhyasasya asputatve api. Dharmi here is indriya. Dharmi indriya, andhatva, etc. is what? Dharma. See, dharmyadhyasa sputatve api. Is it anybody has got such adhyasa? I am the eye, I am chakshu, I am the ear. No. But features are taken as I am deaf, I am blind. See, afterwards we'll see, adhyasa is based on experience. In accordance with the experience, adhyasa is formulated. So why not this way, why not this way? That depends on universal experience. So that is what is to be taken into account. So therefore nachaha. So dharmyadhyasa asputatve api, even though I am the chakshu, I am the ear, such adhyasa is not experienced. Andhohamiti sputaha adhyasaha. I am blind is very clearly experienced. This adhyasa, superimposition, is very clearly experienced. I am blind. What has actually happened? Blindness that belongs to the eyes is superimposed on I, Atma, but you know how? Not directly. First you should have a body. Body adhyasa must be there. Then body adhyasa which has got indriya. So then the indriya dharma adhyasa is there. Iti adhyasa iti jnapanarthatva. So, jnapanarthatva. Just to remind us, to make us know that without the superimposition of one thing on the other, their attributes can be superimposed on other. That is why anyonya dharmascha separately used. Now a very important thing comes. Whenever a superimposition adhyasa takes place, and you, by this time you know, means you experience or perceive a wrong thing in a different locus, in a locus than that of the thing. Like in the shell, what should have seen? Shell only. You are seeing the silver. For silver, shell is the wrong locus. This is what is it. In adhyasa number 1, only adhyasta, whatever superimposed, is perceived. Adhisthana, basis, is not perceived. Clear? Number one, in adhyasa, whatever that is superimposed is experienced. The basis, adhisthana, is not experienced. For example, see, you see the silver. So silver is seen, but not the shell. Agree? Number two, that whatever that is superimposed is anrutam, false. You can keep a safe equation. Adhyasta equal to anruta, mithya, false. So these are the pakka features of adhyasa. Clear? Now, I am a man. What is adhyasta? On Atma, what is adhyasta? Man. Man. But on man, Atma is experienced or not?
Yes.
Yes. So how will you say? You have to find out Atma. As a man, are you sentient or jada?
Sentient.
Jada. That jada is on account of what? Man or Atma?
Sentient. Sentient.
Belongs to whom? Atma. See, look, I am a man. Man aspect is superimposed. Belongs to what? Deha. Jada, anatma. Fine? Huh? So as per the rule we have seen now, you should cognize only jada, man, and not sentient atma. But when you say I am a man, you are cognizing atma also or not?
Yes.
How is it then? But what just now what your rule you have seen?
Yes, that is
Huh? Adhisthana. See, what is adhisthana now?
the base.
I am a man. Atma, Chaitanya, Atma is adhisthana. And adhyastha is what? Man. So therefore, as the rule with two rules we have seen, adhisthana is not cognized. And what is that? Only adhyastha is cognized. And adhyastha is false, anruta we have seen. So now here, I am a man, we are cognizing I Atma also. What must have happened? This is a case of anyonya adhyasa, mutual superimposition. Understood what's happened? On Atma, the base, Manusha, the body, Manusha is superimposed, and on the Anatma, the man base, Atma is superimposed. Abba, problem is over, no? You are in a greater problem. What is the first rule? Say, what is that? First, whatever that is, the first or second it was? First, whatever that is superimposed is false. So therefore, on man, who is superimposed? Atma is superimposed. And what you are recognizing? Atma. Therefore, Atma is false. Anruta. You know what will happen? Better don't proceed. Oh, why Brahma Mimamsa? To discover the Atma Swarupa. And Atma is adhyastha on man, Anatma. Therefore, Atma is Anruta, false. And false means, what do you happen? Jagadandhyam pratyachadita. Anatma Vada means there is no Atma, or Shunya Vada will come. There is nothing called as the Atma. Everything is Shunya. What is the solution? Let us see now. See, on Atma, Anatma is directly dharmi rupayana. As a thing is swarupa adhyasa. But on Anatma, Atma doesn't get superimposed directly. Do you know why? Atma is asangaha. Atma is asanga. Cannot get, because it has no connection. For adhyasa, some sangha must be there or not, some connection must be there or not. So Atma is unconnected to everything. Atma cannot get superimposed on anatma. Then still we are experiencing, I am sentient, so is there. So therefore, adhyasa is no doubt, certainly atma superimposition is there, but not directly, but how? Sambandhena samsargataha. It is called as samsargadhyasa, means sambandha. What is sambandha? You can't say atma got connected to anatma. Just now we have seen atma is asangaha. So therefore, the adhyas of atma on anatma is by samsarga. Samsarga means sambandha, relation. What is the sambandha? Chidabhasa. What is sambandha? Chidabhasa in the antakarna. So therefore, on manushaha aham, that aham is what is that? Chidabhasa in the antakarna got superimposed, and therefore that jada manushya appears as what? Sachetana sentient. Clear? So therefore, this was in Bhashya, to highlight this, Satyanrite Mithuni Krutya. Take the Bhashya phrase. See, simply word he has not given. Satyanrite Mithuni Krutya. So therefore say, to explain the Satyanrite Mithuni Krutya, the Tika poses the doubt. Nanu Atmana, say look here, I have already explained. Even if you don't know Sanskrit, it should not be a problem, because what is there in the Tika I have already explained as such. Nanu, this is only to connect for you this thing that you have got concrete in your book. Nanu Atmanatmanoho, of Atmanatma, Paraspara Adhyasatve. Paraspara Adhyasa must be there. Why? Why? Already seen. If only on Atma, Anatma Adhyas were there, what should be there? I am a man, that man superimposition, but it will not be known because inert. But we know it, means Atma also is superimposed on man. So Paraspara Adhyasvati, he says, Shunyavadaha syat. You are landing in Shunyavada means what? Atma does not exist. Say, this is the iti ashankya. Iti ashankya. He says, Satyanrite mithuni krutya iti. Answer is where? Satyanrite mithuni krutya in the Bhashya. Mithuni krutya means having coupled together, having combined together, having joined together. What? Satya. What is Satya? Take that. Satyam anidam chaitanyam. Tika. Satyam means Chaitanya. What is Chaitanya? Anidam, which can never be idam this, which is always I. So which is can never be na idam anidam. The I which can never be this, that is what? Satyam. Tasya, of that Satya Swarupa Atma, Anatmani, in Atma, what type of adhyasa? He says, Samsarga Matra Adhyasaha. Adhyasa is only what? Samsarga Matra. Only through relation. And we have seen relation is what is that? Through Chidabhasa in the Antakarna. He says, Na Swarupasya. Says, Na Swarupasya. Not the Swarupata means Atma itself has not got super. The very important thing, because anything adhyasta is false. So Atma will become false. Also false means what? No Atma, Shunyavada. No. So Samsarga. And what is the Samsarga? Chidabhasa in the Antakara. Na Swarupasya. Atma directly has not got superimposed on. Why? It is asanga in nature. Whereas Andrutam, what is Andrutam? False, Anatma, Yushmadartha, Tika continues. Yushmadartha, Tasya, Swarupataha api adhyasa. So Yushmad, man, body, etc. is superimposed on Atma. How? Swarupena, by the very nature, not direct, indirectly through connection. Adhyasya, adhyasat, tayoho mithuni karanam. Mithunekarana means combining, the coupling, uniting together. Adhyasaha iti na shunyata ityartha. So that shunyavada doesn't come because Atma doesn't get superimposed directly. If the Chidabhasa, that is, and the Chidabhasa does the function of Atma because it also is Sachetana in nature. So therefore ityartha. Now Naisargikoyam is there. Naisargika. Why? So there is a question comes. So in the Bhashya, Anyonyasmin Anyonyatmakatam Anyonya Dharmanscha Adhyasya, underline Adhyasya. We have to, what is Adhyasya? Having superimposed. Then says Mit Satyandrite Mithuni Kritya. Next phrase, Satyandrite Mithuni Kritya. Second line there on 9th page, Bhashya. So, Satyandrite, what is the Satyandrite Mithuni Kritya? Having coupled together, having united together, Satya Swarupa, Chaitanya Rupa, Atma and Jadar Swarupa, Anidam Atma. This Mithuni Karana combining, is it Adhyasa or no Adhyasa? When you are saying uniting together, is it Adhyasa or not? Taking one thing for other. Means Mithuni Krutta means also what is the meaning? Adhyasya. Having that. Then Ayam Loka Vyavaharaha. What is Loka Vyavahara? I am a man, etc. Such a misconception. Adhyasa or not? Sir, are we not three synonyms? You are talking Adhyasya. You are talking is a Mithuni Kritya. And then you are talking of Loka Vyavahara. All these things. Okay, that's fine. But you have used past participle there. Adhyasya, having superimposed. Mithuni Kritya, having superimposed. Adhyasa, Loka Vyavahara. Adhyasa, what is this? I hope you caught it. Three phrases are used, and in that, what is told is only having done the adhyasa. Why so? See, he says there are three different adhyasas of different features. Earlier adhyasa becomes the cause for the subsequent adhyasa, and that way it provides the samskara. You wanted samskara? you wanted samskara for adhyasa, no? Yes, samskara is available. Take the tika. Nanu, say Nanu, adhyasa mithuni karana, page 9, page 10, Ratnaprabha, line 2. Nanu see, we are continuing the tika. You should know where we have ended. Page 10, Ratnaprabha, line 2. Nanu adhyasa mithuni karana loka vyavahara shabdanam. These three phrases, words, ekarthatve, being synonymous, adhyasya mithuni krutya iti, having superimposed adhyasya, and then having mithuni krutya, having again adhyasya iti, says iti पूरकालत्ववाची त्वा प्रत्ययादेशस्य लेपः कथम प्रयोगः इति चेत्. Little grammar comes. Adhyasya, having superimposed. This is this adhyasya is what is called as lep. Lep pratyaya means a past participle. Don't bother much about this thing. Lep pratyaya, past participle. It is the form of twa. Twa also is past participle. So here, how are you using the past participle? Means Having done one act, something else is done. See, having approached Rama, Lakshmana spoke. Having approached is done early and spoke afterwards, like that. Having adhyasa done, then again adhyasa. What is it all about? So this is the question. The answer will be given, which gives rise to the material for adhyasa in terms of samskara. So this is.
अपिवातय मनः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः भूरं भास्य नलो नीलोऽम्बरमः नाथो हिमांशुः पुमान् इत्याभाति चराचरात्मकमिदं यस्यैव मूर्त्यष्टकम् नान्यत्किञ्चन विद्यते विमुषताम् यस्मात् परस्मात् विभोः तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये
सर्वात्मकमिदं
यस्मादमुष्मिन् स्तवे तेनास्य श्रवणात् तदर्थमननात् ध्यानाच्च सङ्कीर्तनात् सर्वात्मत्वमहाविभूतिसहितं स्यादीश्वरत्वं स्वतः सिद्धेतत् पुनरष्टधा परिणतं चैश्वर्यमव्याहतम् अशुभानि निराचष्टे तनोति शुभसन्ततिं स्मृतिमात्रेण यत्पुंसां ब्रह्म तन्मङ्गलं परम् अतिकल्याणरूपत्वात् नित्यकल्याणसंश्रयात् स्मर्तॄणां वरदत्वाच्च ब्रह्म तन्मङ्गलं विदुः